Hi guys, it's me Shortest here. I'm gonna teach you a whole story. The real story about my son DLC. Okay, listen. He was in a place, and all his people wanted to kill themselves. All of them, literally all of them. And he wanted to be a god so he can change all of that shit to his being. And suddenly, you know what happens. You know what happens. He basically leaves, trained and trained and trained, conquered his city, and he went to Sonic verse. Ever since he saw Sonic, he was embraced by how fast he goes and how he outsmarts enemies and just super dash so fast. It's just imagine all that power, he said, and keep it to myself. So slightly, you know what happens. He hunts for more data as he tore through machine to machine to machine. As that stuff happened, he went into a hole to stack all his victims were. His victim was Wooch, Amy. Kinda not Amy because he didn't search for Amy yet. And Wooch, Shadow, even Omega. He searched for those people next, as he did. He took those people down, killed them, and put them in a hole. Just like that one. Killed Tails and the others. And you know what you want to know? What Sonic was. Sonic's part. Well, Sonic was literally fighting with... Oh, I forgot. No. When, nah, hold on. Fuck on. No, I forgot a part. He was watching Sonic fighting Eggman. And he was running a perfect time to go capture him. I forgot that part. And he heard that Eggman was retiring. But that's not what he heard. He thought he was retired, but it seemed like he was wrong. That was the perfect time to actually capture him. Sonic. And as that happened, they were fighting, doing their normal thing, until Eggman put a huge blast. A huge blast, like a huge cannon. That did the whole blast. Sonic managed to dodge it, but after he dodged it, Tails also got separated from him. So in the process, when he dropped down and hit the ground, he saw Tails. Even though he last saw Tails, separated by the blast. Separated that blast, I said. So, who the fuck is at my door? Come on, niggas, I'll be back. And sorry guys, sorry. Probably that was the wind or some shit. And stuff like that way. You know what happened? Sonic last saw him separated by blast, but he never knew where he went. Cause Sonic went far away into the island. And as he saw Tails going there, Tails wasn't answering. As to Tails, what's wrong? He wasn't answering. And the only thing he did was to walk into a hole and jump down. Sonic followed him as a hero he is. Saw all the victims. All of them. Machines broken. Anything. Everything broken down there. He reached Tails, which was dead. Tails whipped off and everything. Next to him was a suit. You already know. Turn into liquid, take over Sonic's body. And yes. To whip off the entire skin. brain, every moveset. As he consumed all that, he finally had the power to finally be a god. He happened to collect and collect and collect more. And more and more. Going, killing every human and animal flesh he can find. But even if he wants to go back to his home planet, but even though he destroyed it, but at the same time, he wants to make his empire that he destroyed, Sonic Universe, mixed up with his home world. Then he will have two thrones and two planets that he always conquered. He wanted to be a god among the entire universe, a god among the entire solar system. But come to mention, he did encounter someone that have been the same original plan what he was going to do. But mostly I would like to say it's fate or error. Of course it's fate or error. Why would you not think that? It's fate or error. So yeah, basically he encounters him. Stuff like that way. I tell you in this video what happens. And basically, yes. That's the whole story about him. And I will page it for you. His homeworld was a whole massacre. They wanted to kill each other. Everything. Everything, they wanted to kill everything. I know it went too fast, I get it. Everything. His home planet was a mess. He wanted to get a god out of it. He wanted to literally he wanted to have the god power to take over his entire home world. And yes, as he destroyed his whole entire home planet, after escaping it or destroying it, I say he destroyed it. As if he went to that Sonic where he was literally impressed was. He was so fast, so smart, so fast, and he wondered what would I possess with that power? What would it be like if I possessed that kind of power, as he said. And yes, he went there looking for flesh and flesh. Stocked the whole hole, start a stash where all his victims were found, even Tails. Possessed Sonic in the process. And also, here's a scary fact. Even if you get close to his body, you can still hear Sonic screaming in agony. Spooky, huh? But the sad part was, the only one in his home who were actually able to cheer him up was his parents. He thought about that, but in the end, he didn't care. But sometimes, he still misses Misses his parents. Even if his dad was a beater, abuser. You just say it was an anal implant. But it's done that, just in human style. But mostly with that. And after that, he basically stayed in the Sonic universe. I would say he destroyed it. I know I said that, but mostly I would say he stayed in it. Waiting for everyone or anyone to go across paths to see him so they can capture their energy, soul, even their brain. So, yeah. I told the whole backstory. I want to do this fast because I didn't want to waste y'all time. And I mean, if you hate it, what are you even doing here? That's the thing. So, subscribe to Satan's Son. See you later, mortals. See you soon.